Quelez, facade of the chamber of him, the Duke of Braganza, southern facade of Don Quixote room where Emperor Pedro I of Brazil died in the palace of Quelez. Don Quixote room at the beginning of the 20th century. Located within the pavilion containing private chambers designed by the French architect Jean-Baptiste Rebellion, this room was successively chosen by several of the monarchs living in the palace. This was 7 of the 9 children of João and Carlota. This was where 7 of the 9 children of João VI and Carlota were born in the time of Pedro III and Maria I. A connection with the ambassador's room was opened along with the mesa de décor from the French dessert table decorated with magnificent architectural miniatures including gardens, pavilions, and numerous porcelain and silver figures. The construction of the pavilion was ongoing between 1758 and sometime in the 1770s. In 1759, King Pedro III ordered the sale of a mass for stones. On having taken reception of the stones for the facade columns, it arrived intact after their journey on 16 carts pulled by 362 sets of poles. The outer facade of this room, the most completely worked in the palace, displays a semicircular frontal section with an infantile scene dedicated to Bacchus, flanked by miniature trophies and allegorical sculptures of the 4 seasons. Despite its square-shaped layout, the room conveys the illusion of a circular effect due to pairs of Corinthian columns which cut the corners while holding up the ceiling cupola. The central ceiling painting, representing an allegory of music featuring Apollo and 2 muses, with the remainder displaying scenes from the life of Don Quixote de la Mancha, was completed in 1940 by the painter Fernando Mardel. We replaced the original 18th century works that were destroyed by the fire that swept through the palace on the night of 4th October 1934. These original paintings are barely perceptible. The small watercolor painting by Ferdinand Le Fubere of the room in 1850 and the rare photographs of the room predating the fire. The molds and the surveys made during the restoration campaign ongoing at the time of the blaze have enabled a faithful reconstruction of the interior sections. Among the many different foreign visitors who came to Quelez and made reference to this room, the first was the Italian adventurer Giuseppe Gorani, 1766. They were much to my pleasing, these paintings depicting the story of Don Quixote. The Polish prince Felix Lichnowsky, 1842, who visited Quelez shortly after the death of King Pedro, an episode that became indelibly associated with this room. Every recollection is of a melancholic nature. It is a peculiar thing that the room in which Pedro passed away, entitled the Don Quixote room, is decorated exclusively with scenes taken from the adventures of the sad knight. The British traveller Dora Wordsworth also noticed in her diary, 1845, the romantic emperor who fought for liberty died in a chamber had something ominous in its name. Princess Maria Amelia, who also died young, a victim of tuberculosis, described in 1851 her own impressions on returning to Quelez some 17 years after. In a letter, following the death of my father, I never again returned to this palace. I recalled everything, each object had been ingrained in the memory.